It sounded just like it. That's really good. Do it again. Why aren't you talking to me? It's rude. You're rude. You know that sometimes? You're rude. Rude and condescending for no reason.
I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you're thinking forward progress. Come on.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress. A Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abbatacola on 312 Sports.
Yeah, we decided to go hoods on to start Forward Progress right here. Apparently, this is now looking like a Seattle Seahawks show. Apparently, we've done the Miami Dolphins show in fishing shirts, right?
Yes,
because we had the orange and the turquoise, right? So now,
and I said Guardian cap, not Jardian's cap.
Jardian's cap is different. You take that and you get exploding taint syndrome. You have fatal taint swelling. It's bad.
So you need Jardian's underpants
just to make room for the giant taint. Yes.
So these are the Guardian caps.
Okay. Well, we're protected from concussion that we could suffer with having all these fabulous football thoughts. If you have too big a football thought, it makes your brain jostle around inside your skull. There we go. All right. Now we're ready to rock because your Chicago Bears are gearing up for their triumphant 2026 season.
Is there a button on on YouTube or a podcast to understand sarcasm?
No.
Okay.
There could be.
But this is my favorite part of Forward Progress.
Is the sarcasm?
The people that don't get it.
Oh, I know.
That's just my favorite part.
No, that's the favorite part of any one of these podcasts.
Yeah, but if for some reason it's the most strong on
Yes.
on Forward Progress.
Yes.
It's the football crowd.
For whatever reason, the crowd that's here for just football is also in the Venn diagram of not understanding sarcasm.
Yes,
has
the heavy
difficulty.
Heavy CTE crowd.
Well, there's that remains top of mind, and I know we're going to get to that story. There was something that the Bears have signed a couple of guys here. They're signing them out of the UFL. And I have watched some UFL football, as you know. I was hoping maybe it was Ian Wheeler. Maybe it was the doctor making his post-injury comeback.
Because he won the MVP
Ian
award.
Wheeler was really damn good.
Is he no longer on the Bears?
He is no longer on the Bears.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
He was in the Louisville
Lightning.
No, I looked this up. The
Crab Kings.
Monarchs?
No, the Louisville.
I know this. Aces?
Bats. No, the
Stars?
Whiskies. Monarchs. Kings. Queens.
Kings. Louisville Kings.
Okay, yeah.
You're right. Yes. Very good. You got there.
I knew I was circling it.
No, you got it. You eventually got it. But no, those are not the players that the Bears signed.
No, they didn't.
I saw that they have signed Columbus Aviators linebacker Tony Fields II. Originally a fifth-round pick by the Browns. In 2021, he was second in the UFL with 77 tackles. He was all UFL, spent 5 seasons in the NFL before playing for the Aviators last season. Mostly a special teamer in his NFL career. Okay.
And he would have played, so as an Aviator, he was under the guidance and tutelage of Ted Ginn Jr.
Mm-hmm. A former Bear.
Yes.
The punt observer, because he never would actually field the punt. He was he
wasn't out there to field.
He was there to confirm
that there was a punt.
He would say, yes, there was a punt. He would run away from the ball. He would point to the ball, and then he would sit down.
No, he'd run to the coaches and say, there was a punt.
There was a
I identified it.
He was the authenticator.
I found the ball.
That's what he was. Yes, Ted Ginn Jr. in his Bears stint was punt authenticator.
And that's what he did. He did it really well.
He was awesome at it.
They also signed, the Bears did, that is, Caden Davis, a wide receiver from the UFL of the Houston Gamblers.
Caden Davis.
Undrafted free agent in 2022. He played 3 games for the Browns in 2024 and 2025. He had 4 kick returns, Dan, for the Browns, where he averaged 33.8 yards per return. Caden Davis of the UFL Houston Gamblers. Undrafted free agent in 2022. he's now a Chicago Bear.
Okay. He's a camp body who will be there alongside Scotty Miller.
Well, maybe he replaces Squirrel White.
Oh, I know. Squirrel White's
retired.
He retired.
Yeah.
He had enough of football. He was going to compete with the Bears. Damn it, he had better things to do than play football.
I think it was we saw, or maybe we speculated that camp was hard, or the first go around was difficult.
It happens.
Said, I'm not interested in this.
I can't do this.
Or maybe he thinks Ben Johnson's a crazy person and thought, I don't want to be around this. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. Maybe he just that was like, if this is going to be the rest of my life, I want to do something else with the rest of my life.
But
I
maybe
respect that.
Caden Davis is there as a kick returner to push the other kick returners.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works too. I did see also that another new wide receiver is finding himself to having an effect without even touching the football.
Who'd that be?
That according to Bears Wire, Kalif Raymond pulled Caleb Williams aside after a rough practice. Did you see this?
I saw that it happened. I saw that they were speaking. I don't know exactly what he told him, though.
This is what Williams said. I wasn't having the best practice, so I got really frustrated. Kalif came up to me and said, everybody's looking at you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That really resonated for me.
Yep.
It's been something from my first year to now. I want to be as stoic as possible, good, bad, or indifferent, not be too high or too low for the guys. So when he said that to me, it stuck with me. It bothered me. Just every day having that type of mindset. Be as stoic as possible, be as strong as possible for the guys because they're looking at me. It takes a lot to do that because the passion and the energy and the sport is so strong. It's important to me. It's important to the guys. It's important to coach. Always good to have that reminder. If somebody is showing their unhappiness, their displeasure, their self-doubt, that when Kalif Raymond, he doesn't mean fans. He doesn't mean the TV cameras. Everybody looking at you. You're the quarterback.
Right, because I would hope that NFL players don't give a shit about what fans think about their reaction on the sideline.
I'm sure not.
Because we went through that for years with Jay Cutler.
Mm-hmm.
And he just always looked like an angry asshole.
Because he is.
Yeah.
No secrets.
But it's like, he doesn't show any emotion. So now it's like, if Caleb,
he doesn't care.
Right, he doesn't care.
Yeah, well, that goes back to Eric Kramer smiling.
Yeah, how dare you smile?
Right.
You can't throw an interception.
In the middle of a game, you have to have struggle face the entire game.
Well, I guess, though, it's interesting. And if that's how Caleb received it and wants to portray himself as a leader, that's fine. But you have documented videos of really successful quarterbacks
screaming at people and jumping up and down and throwing tantrums.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And
I'd say be yourself.
Be yourself. Be whatever feels natural.
Yeah,
don't be something you're not. Be yourself. And if you're a yeller and you get mad and get emotional, then be that way. How many
times did Phillip Rivers chew somebody out? I don't.
Right, and he got brought back.
He was 44.
Right.
What was that?
It's 18 kids.
What was that?
I don't know.
What was that? Anyway. I want Caleb Williams to not be cluttering.
Remember they interviewed him for the head coach job too.
Yeah, they did. I don't want Caleb Williams worrying about, am I acting in a way that I'm supposed to act? Your teammates will figure it out.
Right.
They'll let them get to know you, let them understand you, and if you need to emote to get yourself in a better place to be more likely to execute on the next play, whatever it takes.
Right. Yeah, and I always say if you're gonna get on guys, make sure that you're doing your job 100%, man.
Yep, get on yourself. If you're going to point the finger, point the thumb, all those things, yes. But I did think it was interesting that Raymond found himself empowered enough to feel that he could do that.
I think, because I saw him at the podium, I think we're going to hear a lot from him.
Good.
This year. He seems like a talker.
Okay.
And he seems really good at having things worth hearing, too.
Yeah, I'm waiting to find out about Bryant, too, if he also fits that mold. Because when Kevin Fishbane was on Friday, talking to him about that, like the guys to whom he's going right now, because he said, Brisker's not there. Byard was his go-to.
Yeah.
And he said Brisker was great just because of the unpredictability. You never knew what he was going to say. He said Byard always, with his media experience, understood who was working on what, he would say, "Oh, you're doing a story about it." If you told him, "Hey, I'm doing a thing about tipped balls," and okay, I got you. Like, he would understand that angle of things, and it was always very helpful. So we'll see. There's going to be room for guys on the team to grow into some of those spots.
Yeah. Who was Herb Howard always had good stories for us, but guys he would talk to and connect with, and
yes, he did.
Yes.
The whole defensive line.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
getting
was,
on Gervon Dexter.
Great at that last year. That was such a nice part of being able to understand that team last year was through his relationships that he was building and developing. Eric Edholm wrote a piece on NFL.com about 5 things he learned from minicamp. So let me pull it up here. What we learned during the first wave of minicamps, and so there's 5 things here, and one of them revolves around your Chicago Bears. So 1 is Mahomes' deal could have a ripple effect. 2, filling the wide receiver void in Philly. He goes on to talk about that. Positive injury news for the Giants. So far, price is right for the Seahawks. And then the 5th thing we come across. Bears cornerback makes practice statement.
Bears cornerback, is that Jaylon Johnson being there for the veteran minicamp and playing well?
Jaylon Johnson was not the same player in 2025 that he'd previously been, hampered by a groin injury that limited him to 9 games, including playoffs. He had 1 interception and wasn't nearly as effective as he'd been before, either in coverage or as a tackler. So when Johnson picked off Caleb Williams twice on Tuesday, it wasn't just your typical minicamp fodder. This was an indication that Johnson was back physically to a place where he can uplift the Bears' defense. Head coach Ben Johnson said he never really saw his best cornerback in top form last season and noted that this time of year isn't always the best to judge where a player is, considering the lack of full contact in practice. Even so, Ben Johnson believes Jaylon Johnson is trending in the right direction. He's been able to stack a few good practices throughout OTAs. I think his mind is probably getting more confident in terms of the movements he's making. So, yeah, he's a vital part of what we want to do. You know, he's been a Pro Bowl caliber player in the past, and hopefully we can get that out of him again this year. The Bears certainly are hoping for that based on what they're paying him. Johnson is set to hit Chicago's salary cap at $24.5 million and $25 million the next 2 seasons. At 27, he remains in his peak years, and the Bears are expected to break into 2 new starters in the secondary in Kobe Bryant and Dylan Thieneman. After leading the NFL with 23 interceptions last season, the Bears will face some elite receivers this season, starting with McMillan and Jefferson in weeks 1 and 2.
I'm making a McMillan and wife joke. Troy McMillan, yes.
Johnson, yeah, so that's week 1, Carolina, and then obviously week 2, Jefferson with the Vikings. With Johnson back at or near peak would be a huge development. So, and we talked about that a lot last year, that coming back and playing, we knew he wasn't nearly close to 100%, and that he wasn't going to be able to get close to that with practices and games and trying to rehab. And so that's good. At least it was good that he's there, and it's good that he's actually showing something, and that the coaches are seeing something different in the way his body's moving.
Yeah, because that was not
him.
That wasn't really up to par. Like
not even close.
If you didn't know who that was, you would say get him off the field. I think we're being kind when we say he didn't look like himself. He was bad.
Right. And we talked about it too after the season was over. There was all the talk about what they're going to do on defensive line, what they're going to do with the draft, where they're going to go to improve the defensive line, pressuring the quarterback. And I kept saying that the 2 most important guys for me were Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon. Because if those 2 guys couldn't get back to close to what they are or become who they are, that those were 2 other holes that you had to fill that you weren't going to be able to address in time with the draft and free agency. So it's good that at least half of that is there. And it seems like through the draft and free agency, they're able to address. So maybe they knew. They knew that Jaylon Johnson was going in the right direction. What they saw outside of game film was enough to say, he's pointing in the right direction. This is a guy that we can count on for next year. And maybe they knew about Kyler Gordon, which is why they were able to address it in the draft and free agency.
Well, so back to what we've been talking about. Does this make you feel better or worse about Rome Odunze? If you're giving them credit for knowing more than we do, for being able to objectively assess someone's performance and vector of improvement, does that mean you can rest a little easier with the understanding that Rome Odunze's got to relearn how to run?
It's a good question. Yeah, I have to. I mean, I have to.
We have no choice. Yeah.
Right, we have no choice in it. And until I see different, I'm going to say that because they don't seem as bothered as we were.
Right.
So clearly they know more than we do. So maybe they saw what they needed to see and say, yeah, he's going to be fine. I mean, Ben Johnson's already said, yeah, he's fine. I'm not concerned about it.
Okay.
So if you're going to ask me from that angle, then yeah, I have to go the same route and say, yeah, I'm not.
All right, I'm
not as concerned.
Then I'll move that back a burner, or I'll take the heat down a little bit.
Because remember, we talked about it at length that when are they going to be able to get these guys on a timetable to understand? And I mean Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon before the draft.
Yes.
To be able to address it, to address the needs, if that was, but
that was the biggest problem with Gordon was the timing.
Right. So clearly they saw it and said, "Yeah, we're good with Jaylon Johnson. Here's Malik Muhammad. Here's Dylan Thieneman. These are guys that are versatile. Here's who's the other safety they draft? Cam Lewis. Is that his name, or am I making that up?
That's a free agent signing,
yeah, right. The free agent signing, right?
Yes.
Other safety.
Yes.
So there's versatility there. So they said, hey, if Kyler Gordon isn't going to get to where we need him to be, we have other options with guys that we brought in.
Yeah, when last year you needed a street free agent to save your ass.
Right, and you got real lucky with that.
Until there were people running by him, and you know he was exposed.
But sure, but still, from what you got out of him, that was a great signing. Mm-hmm. That was well worth every penny, the way he played. So maybe they saw that in Kyler Gordon ahead of time and said, yeah, we need to address this. Jaylon Johnson, we don't really need to address. So attacking it from that kind of perspective, yeah, I need to trust them on Rome Odunze too and say that he's going to be fine.
Well, and if they said that you're getting back someone who at his best in Johnson is one of the best individual corners in football.
Right, is a guy that shuts down half your field. Because we didn't have that at all last year.
Changes everything.
Wasn't even close.
Changes everything.
And maybe that also goes to the fact that they didn't do anything significant to increase pressuring the quarterback.
I was just saying, you beat me to it. You know what it might do? It might make the quarterback hold the ball a little bit longer.
And it does. I mean, that does make a significant difference for pressuring the quarterback if he's only playing half the field. And if Malik Muhammad can be anything that people are saying he could be.
It's that time of year.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we just need to stop questioning them and be dumb idiots and just accept everything they say.
I'm not going to do that.
I didn't think so.
Feel free if that's your choice. You think that's going to make everything easier? He's like, okay, whatever you say.
But it's also somewhat of a concern, though, because that's pretty ballsy. That if you're one injury away from half the field opening back up again, and you were...
And what it took to manage that?
And as bad as you were pressuring the quarterback... If you're one injury away from that happening again,
you don't want to rely on
and you didn't do anything to say, except we're going to coach them better and they're going to get better. Why will they be better? Well, because we want them to be better, and they're going to be better, and they want to be better too.
I believe that the coaching them up narrative will be done by halftime of the first game.
Okay.
Right?
Jesus. Sweet.
I really do. I just go play, be good. If you got to blitz, you blitz. But this entire ludicrous concept. Well, we were teaching them the scheme. We weren't teaching them how to put their hand in the right. It's the NFL. Mm-hmm. This isn't high school football. It's not college football. It's not, just come on. Like, I think we will totally forget about this, or at least it'll be a punchline of, well, I guess they coached them up. I guess they were coaching Javon Dexter to get pushed backwards. That's what this is going to be by halftime of the first game.
So along those lines, too, I reposted this a while back. So this is, 6-7 days ago? Gerald McCoy on Twitter. He has a video of the Bears coaches working with the defensive linemen in doing a drill where they're trying to get off and get around quick.
I saw the one with the guards.
Yes.
Where there was a criticism of the actual drill saying this isn't what they're going to need to do in a game.
These coaches are creating bad habits. QBs are not going to be directly behind a guard at no point during the game, even on a handoff. So why make a move and reach immediately? They need to practice running after they win and then reach. That's realistic, even if you win right.
That's a really good point. That if you're a defensive tackle and you individually beat a guard, you're not going to be able to just use your hand immediately without moving your feet and grab the quarterback.
Right. So he says you need to beat, win, and then reach.
Okay. I'm not going to come up. Yeah, but I think quibbling over an individual drill is a little silly.
No, there's something to it, but it also there's enough there that that's a pretty successful guy at getting to the quarterback and playing defensive line with those eyes there, his perspective on it. So,
I don't mind getting his perspective. I respect his opinion.
Yeah.
But I also allow positional coaches in individual drills a lot of latitude, because it may be that he's not necessarily teaching the game move. He's simply working on an aspect of quickness that he then is going to fit somewhere else.
Right, probably. But then seeing that it's his one individual drill that he decided to highlight, repost, and comment on, that stood out. Because my first reaction was it's just one drill, one aspect of hundreds of things they're going to go through. But for him to pull it out and specifically say, it made me pause.
Maybe, but remember, a lot of these drills are paint the fence, wax on, wax off,
right,
sand the floor. There's a reason for doing it, but the application comes later.
Do you think they do those drills? That'd be great.
Well, look, I was party to some arguments about offensive line.
You were involved in arguments?
I was listening.
You were.
No, it was really interesting. It was really interesting stuff at a time where on Dave Wannstedt's staff, when they had Russ Riederer there. Remember, Russ Riederer was sort of this really kind of coachy strength guy who was big into. They were using all this creatine, and they were building on and building muscle mass that made them look like they were ready for a pose down, like oiled up and flexing. And Clyde Emmerich, who was still there just because he was one of these Bears people who was just still there, Clyde Emmerich didn't believe in his methods. And Emmerich, who was an accomplished strength coach, was very much about practical strength training specifically for offensive linemen, of train to do the job, don't train to look muscular. You should train to do. He wanted them literally carrying sacks of dry concrete and walking around the building 3 times. He wanted them hefting cinder blocks, picking up cinder blocks with 2 hands and pushing them and throwing them, shot putting them, knocking their headsets off, and they're throwing them as far as they could. Things like that. And there was a lot of tension because some players understood some of the practical training. The other players were there doing the regular weight training for to be cut and big and all this stuff. So there are some different philosophies that need to be accommodated to make everything work correctly.
Yeah, I guess, but I think the state-of-the-art weight rooms you have probably would suffice.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's how you use them. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to look good? Are you trying to be difficult to move? There are different things. You could have a guy that looks like an absolute Adonis, but things aren't proportioned correctly or trained in a way that applies to what they have to do in a game. That's all.
Yeah.
So I get what he's saying. I appreciate it. I don't want to draw any judgments from one opinion of one snapshot of one drill.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. That's fair, but also respect his perspective on it. But yeah, very fair, and not to say that they're not going to be successful just because he saw that one thing he didn't like. Whatever. Calvin Johnson, I guess he was at some golf outing, and some reporters caught up with him. I didn't realize that he still held the single season receiving record
for yards, right?
Yards in a season, and this is going back 14 seasons now. At 1,964, Calvin Johnson.
Because Michael Thomas holds the record for receptions at 149.
Okay. Michael Thomas also 12th on the list of most yards in a season. But there's a few players that are active that have gotten really close to Calvin Johnson, one being Cooper Kupp. I didn't realize he was so close. He was at 1947.
Did Justin Jefferson had like 17 or something?
He was at 1809.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, was he close?
Jamar Chase, 1708. So he was a couple hundred back.
Okay.
But Calvin Johnson was asked about that receiving record, again, which I didn't realize he still had from that long ago. So he says if he had to guess one player, do you know what current wide receiver Calvin Johnson would possibly break his record, most likely to break his record in the season?
Is it a surprising name?
It's not.
It is not a surprising
name. It's one of the best in the game.
I'm trying to think of somebody who is
and let's see if he's
Is it Colston Loveland?
It is not.
Damn.
It is not. It's a guy currently playing, and his best season so far, this was actually last year, it was 1,715.
Ooh. Who would that be?
Puka Nacua.
Penis whack. Okay.
He says he still's got Matthew Stafford. I think he has a shot. If he stays healthy, that dude's a killer out there.
Fair enough.
Puka Nacua. I think just more importantly, I still didn't realize that he still had that title.
Well, and also now with the extra game,
it
messes everything.
I know,
up.
but
it's like everybody ignores that.
It bothers me.
The Bears once they get a 4,000-yard pass, you got an extra game.
Yeah, you got to do it in 16, man.
You have
to. You got to break this record in 16. You got to rush. You got to do it in 16.
And I know eventually nobody's going to care about that because everybody's just sort of agreed tacitly to
not. It's an extra game.
It's an extra game, right?
I mean,
like if it were baseball. People would go crazy.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Football, the numbers, people just don't care.
Right. Nobody remembers anymore and nobody cares.
But, I mean, Calvin Johnson gets an extra game. He's well over 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that Calvin Johnson that year with an extra game, yes.
Right. That bothers me. It bothers me because, there is the extra game that no one really seems to care about.
Just always think that
I want Caleb to do it in 16 games.
I do too. Otherwise.
Get 4,000 in 16 games.
Yes. Oh, I don't know why there's been this tacit understanding, this default setting to not caring about it because, it's you took 1/16 of the season and added it on. And now you get this extra chance. It's like counting a playoff game in there or something. I don't know.
Another NFL note here, the family of Aldon Smith, former defensive player here in the NFL, who died Saturday at the age of 36. So apparently he had gone to a homeless shelter that day, delivered a bunch of pizzas, and then he died a few hours later.
Ooh.
So 36 years old. His family is having his brain sent to medical experts in Boston to check for CTE and see if that played a role in his death. Because I still haven't seen anything about his death, like what the cause was.
I have not either.
How he died.
I have not either.
Just sudden, unexpected death at the age of 36.
Right. And there are all kinds of presumptions that we can make from that. But it wouldn't be right to do that at the moment until we know more.
Right. As with anyone who dies so suddenly at such a young age, we understand that there is a great deal of interest in and speculation about Smith's passing, and we intend to get to the bottom of it. These are attorneys. To that end, we have taken a number of steps, including sending his brain to Boston, where medical experts will examine it for CTE as well as other damage caused by years of concussions and additional trauma. I watched the concussion again not too long ago. I was just flipping through TV and it was on. So I caught it like halfway through the Will Smith bad acting
no thank you
movie. It's really not a good movie. It's not good.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's
the movie
it's really not good.
About the discovery of brain trauma somehow isn't good.
No, it's just like I don't mean the story behind it, but it's just the actual
tell the truth.
Yeah, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
But what if one of the doctors was Admiral Akbar and they didn't take him seriously because he went to medical school on Mon Calamari?
Right, and he's been talking about CTE for years.
Yes, he's been trying to tell people that he knows that because his people are not susceptible to CTE.
I'm still convinced that he'd warned them several days in advance about the upcoming trap.
Yes.
Right, but it's the movie editing. We get it like he did it right before it happened.
Right.
And he's been telling them for weeks that there was a trap coming and no one listened to the squid.
Like when they were standing up there, they had all the graphics going, and they have the little semicircle in the symposium room.
Yeah, and so what we don't see is the meeting 2 weeks earlier where he was like, I think it's a trap.
If we come out of hyperspace here, we're going to be sitting ducks.
Right. And that's what happened because no one listened to him.
Right. Is the squid done? All right.
That's right.
Tell me when the squid's done. I'm playing Candy Crush.
So he was a doctor studying brain trauma.
Yeah.
And he's been talking about this for years, and no one listened to him until Will Smith said it. Because then they were like, "Oh, Will Smith says it."
Well, if Will Smith says it,
right?
That guy Bennett Omalu, he didn't go to medical school on Mon Calamari.
Oh, it sounds delicious, though.
Well, it's still one of the funniest robot chicken bits.
That's a great bit.
Yeah,
it's really funny. Very offensive, but very funny.
I'll have the calamari, please. I'll have an order of insensitive bitch.
Yes, terrible. There's two still unsigned. Only two left. Unsigned rookies.
Unsigned rookies. Yes.
Can you guess who they are, Dan?
I think
I don't want to give you their position because that's too easy.
No, I think one of them I believe I know,
who?
And that would be the heir to the Matthew Stafford empire. The guy who's going to be the next great Sean McVay quarterback, Ty Simpson.
That's correct. That's one of them. Who's the other unsigned rookie?
I don't know.
Well, same position. I was surprised by this. I thought this guy would have signed immediately.
Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, your guy. He just seems to me like a guy that just was going to be so happy
contract,
to be there.
I'll play for free. It doesn't matter. And I just want to play. And it doesn't matter what you pay me. And I don't have an agent. And I'm just going to play football as soon as possible.
Yeah. That's what I would have expected. So hopefully someone's running his business side.
I would hope so.
For him.
Yeah, we'll get you taken care of here.
Yeah.
Can I play yet? Can I play yet? Can I play? No, you can't play it. Can I play now? Now can I play? Where do I sign? Can I play? No.
Here's a package of seeds and a big tub of bubble gum.
Yeah, we'll call
I'll
you.
Play. Yeah.
We'll call you. Just stay over there.
So last two okay. Unsigned. Good call on Ty Simpson.
I remember things. I retain some things.
Usually not important things though.
Well, I'm getting better about it. I'm working on making things stickier on some of those things. Instead of having the least important things stick in my head, trying to make the more important things stick in my head.
That's good. And not the moron.
And always, this is the other rule. At the end of the day, before I go home, I always go through the texts from Beth.
Oh, when she texts you during the day.
Just because sometimes if I'm out or if I'm here, if it just before, and usually before I go to the store, I don't want to get home and she says, "Did you pick up toilet paper?" No, you didn't. Oh, you probably did text me. Damn it.
That's good.
Little things like that. I just want to make sure, hey, don't go in the front door because my
boyfriend's walking out that way.
Or we repainted a thing, or the front area, the floor is drying, like little things like that. And I walk in and it's like, I told you the floor was wet. So I always check my texts.
It's good.
Before I head home.
You get yelled at a lot.
It's all good. It's okay. Everything's fine. You know why I get yelled at a lot?
Well, because you probably deserve it.
Because I'm stupid.
Yeah, see? I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason. Is
no one's listened to me.
I'm stupid. And when I get home and they say, "Did you pick up San Pellegrino?" No one told me to. Oh.
Yeah, you're not a very good texter. I'll tell you that right now.
Maybe I'm not.
You just know you're not. I know you're not. You're not.
How does one become a good texter?
Oh, by responding. That's a good place to start.
Well, I try. You didn't respond to my Phil Maton text last night.
Well, because it's payback. I'm childish.
It's your passive aggressive.
Yes.
I'm responding to your text because the moment I saw Phil Maton come in, I knew.
I responded.
Oh, did
I
you?
said, "Your guy." See, douche.
Did you?
I did.
Wait a second. 6 minutes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's an appropriate window.
Yeah, I waited 34 minutes before I responded to your text after that.
Yeah, because then that's actually pretty quick for you. You're not good at it.
Maybe I'm as good as I want to be.
I think you're selective in who you respond to. And I think I'm lower on the list than I should be.
Well, you're a lot better than my son is. I'll tell you that. Because that's just nobody. My dad called me. He's like, Jason's not responding to my texts. And I said, he's not responding to my texts. So, and my dad's response was good. I'm like, well, wait a second, which is it? I said, is it bad that he's not responding to your texts? But he's like, well, he's overseas and he shouldn't be worried about any of that stuff. I'm like, well, wait a second.
Yeah. So
then why are you calling me?
Respond to Grandpa.
Yeah. So he should respond to you and not me.
So Henry is a great responder. Henry, he'll initiate texts and he responds. He's great. Jackson, I look at his phone. He has there's hundreds of text messages that are unread.
Yep. He's probably happier.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, buddy, why do you have so many unread texts? And he's like, well, I'm in a lot of group chats I don't want to be a part of. And I go, well, then get your leave the chat.
The chats.
He goes, I have, and they add me back. So now I just don't respond.
He's just too popular.
So he's like, I just don't respond.
He's just too popular.
So yeah,
everybody wants him as part of their group chat.
He doesn't respond where Henry responds immediately. So I think, and how is Zoe?
Zoe's really good.
She responds.
She's very conscientious.
Yeah. So out of our, the two kids, one does, one doesn't. So that's fair.
Yeah, Zoe's better about it. Although if he'll be awesome if there's some possibility that maybe you're going to go golfing. Then I notice Jason becomes an unbelievably good texter.
Yeah, if there's something for him to gain, Jackson responds right away.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah. Or if there's something he needs or wants, it's like, hey, can we go to the card store? Yeah, maybe. Okay, what do you think? Can we go? And so he'll be, if I say yes,
same kid.
Great. Love you, Dad. Oh, great.
You're a really good dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Uh-huh.
So,
yeah. I know I don't tell you enough, but you're really the best. Wait, does it have anything to do with getting you fitted irons? No.
You're great.
Yeah, you just felt motivated to say, come on.
All right, talk to you in a week.
Are we done? Is that good?
I don't know. Do you have anything else?
I got the Bears stuff. We got the NFL stuff. I think we got everything.
We didn't talk about the story, though. I mean, the story. We didn't talk about that today at all. About the done deal. Should we not address that today?
The done deal. Bears are.
Yeah, the Bears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a done deal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was the same deal, and they tried to just dress it up to make it look like a done deal.
No, it's a done deal.
Because they knew that they could con the stupid.
Yeah, it's not leverage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's happening. Should we discuss that today or no?
Nah.
Okay, we're good.
Nah.
All right, you can end it.
Just leave that there.
Yep.
Oh, now you've done it.
What did I do now?
You're sticking a stick in the stupid hive. That's right. You're the giant nest of stupid, and you walk in there with a big and you run away. Well, that's fine. That is Forward Progress.
Well, what do you expect? I'm an elitist from the North Shore. That's me. Yes, I'm an elitist.
That's
from the North
Matt.
Shore. Yep.
From Berwyn.
Right.
The North Shore of Berwyn.
Yep.
Yes. This is Forward Progress, a Bears and NFL podcast on 312 Sports.
Forward Progress has stopped. 10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abbatacola on 312 Sports.